Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is the Anime Man. Actually, you know what? Scrap that intro. It's not that mood today. Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is the Anime Man. Welcome back to another episode of What the Fuck Japan. It's probably been like 3 months, something like that, since the last one of these. So I wouldn't be surprised if most of you guys don't know what the fuck this is. But in case you are wondering, this is a little segment that I do where I introduce to you a piece of news or some kind of topic that comes out of Japan that makes me go, what the fuck, Japan? Now look, I can safely say that I'm a big fan of horror anime and horror manga. Unlike horror movies, horror manga and anime, I believe, has a different kind of quality to the creepiness and the weirdness that they can really produce in all sorts of different stories, especially when it comes to like different aesthetics and different atmospheric effects. In other words, there is a lot of fucked up manga and anime out there. And I mean like, clean your eyes out with bleach fucked. You thought shows like Higurashi and Mirai Nikki were gory and disturbing? Ladies and gentlemen, feast your eyes on Shoujo Tsubaki. This is originally a manga series that was written in 1984 by a man called Maruo Suehiro, and is a series that many horror manga fanatics describe as the godfather of the eroguro genre. Which, for those of you who are unaware, which hopefully is a lot of you guys, because it's a place that I don't want anybody to really venture into, unless you're like severely fucked up, is a subgenre of horror anime involving sexual violence. In other words, it's some seriously taboo and fucked up shit. If the countless accusations and reports and law creating bullshit that's been happening in the recent years has said anything, it's seen in a very negative light. So I want to say about a year ago, I went on what I like to call an old school horror anime and manga binge, feasting my 5 senses on some of the most fucked up horror manga and fucked up horror anime that exists in the beautifully wide database of the anime and manga world, going all the way back through several decades worth of Nippon horror. You might be asking yourself, Joey, why the fuck did you do that? It's because I hate myself, alright? Deal with it. And out of the many disturbing and hashtag never forget series that I saw, Shoujo Tsubaki was definitely up there on the fucked up list. Especially the short 50-minute 1992 anime adaptation of the series, which to me was probably more internally scarring than the first time I discovered the B-board on 4chan. Ugh, never forget. But according to a report a few days ago, it seems that some smart fucking genius in Japan thought it was a great idea to adapt this series into a live-action movie. Why? Seriously, it's not often I rage this much when it comes to certain pieces of news, especially when it comes to anime, but what the fuck? I don't know why, but it seems that especially recently, Japan have been adapting some really fucked up films. It was only about 5 months ago that they announced the fucked up film adaptation of the equally disturbing Mai-chan's daily life. And even after just watching the trailer, it made me want to cough up my entire stomach. And now they're doing an even more taboo series and turning it into a live action film. I just want to ask, is Japan okay right now? Did the radiation get to their head that badly? Ooh, distasteful Fukushima joke. Check. So according to reports, the film is set to debut on May the 21st of 2016. So it's like a month from now. And will be starring star fashion model Nakamura Risa in her film acting debut. Because, you know, no actual sophisticated actress wanted to be involved in any part of this shit. Oh man, Nakamura, you're gonna be really glad to put this in your resume in a few years' time. I guarantee it. So I watched the extended trailer for this film. Yeah, they have an extended version. Like somebody was like, I can't get enough of this trailer, give me more. And all I'm gonna say is, no. Look, I've left the link to the actual extended trailer in the description below. Just want to warn you though, it is quite NSFW, and also quite NSFL as well, so you have been warned before you proceed. I'm just saying, don't fucking blame me if you're scarred for life. But is it just me, or does the trailer look like a fucked up version of every Duron Gray music video? And I love Duron Gray! Look, as a critic, I'm all for trying out films and trying to not judge them by just the trailer or just an image or, you know, something on the surface level. You know, if I'm going to critique something and I'm going to review something, I want to actually dive into it and see the actual thing before I start shits posting and like saying all this bad stuff about something that's bad. But the problem is, I've seen both original source materials. So, no. Look, I'll give the directors prop for actually staying loyal to things like costume designs and narrative structure from what I could see in this extended trailer. But at this point, I don't fucking care. It's like complimenting a painting that a monkey made of the Mona Lisa, except instead of paint, it used its own fucking feces. Yeah, it looks great, but it sure as hell smells like shit. What boardroom meeting took place for this film to pass? Alright, gentlemen, we need a new hit horror film to hit for the summer. Does anyone have any ideas?
Yes, sir, we have one right here. It's called Shoujo Tsubaki.
Alright, what's it about?
It's about a little girl who gets orphaned after her mum dies, gets sold as a slave to a traveling freak show, and all the members physically and sexually torture her for their personal enjoyment.
You fucking genius! Shut the fuck up! Look, I understand, especially recently, for every industry, it's getting quite difficult to produce and write really original and groundbreaking ideas. But at this point, they're literally just going for shock value. Are we so bored now that all it takes is a little bit of shock to impress us? Rather than an actual story with decent characters and a decent motive that don't lick each other's eyeballs and rip off The Exorcist? Look, I'm totally for the idea of bringing back the classics. And I understand that there are a lot of die-hard fans, especially for this show, and especially if you are a horror manga fanatic from a while ago, then you would probably be a die-hard fan of this series. I completely understand that. But why? There are so many amazing horror manga and horror anime to choose from. And you went with this? Shoujo Tsubaki? More like Shoujo Tsubaka. Ooh, distasteful weeaboo joke. Check. It's inevitable. I can already hear the terrible screams and outcries from the SJWs and human rights observers of the world, as they shed their tears in hopes of taking this abomination of a movie down. But little do they know that their sweet, sweet tears turn into sweet, sweet cash, as their outcries turn into nothing more than free advertisement for the actual film and create more of a profit. Such tasty tears. Now look, you might be saying to yourself, but Anime Dude, as a critic and reviewer, you have to be fair about every show and film you watch. You can't jump to conclusions. And you know what? You're right. But fuck this movie, man! I appreciate where they're coming from when concerning the adaptation of the source material. And I understand the theming and the tone of the series concerning the time period that this series is trying to portray. But this is just one series you can't turn into a film, man. It's like seeing a guy with 3 legs. I'm sure he's a nice guy, but ew! And hey, if you happen to like the original source material and you'll most likely end up liking the actual movie, then all the power to you. Again, I'm not going to put anybody down because they happen to enjoy this movie. I'm not going to put anybody down because they happen to like fucked up shit like this. Everybody is different. Everybody has different tastes. Honestly, there is probably somebody watching this video who really enjoyed the source material and is most likely going to end up watching this film and liking it. All I'm going to say is that when you do go to watch this film, just don't call me, okay? Because seriously, what the fuck, Japan? Guys, let me know in the comments below what you think about this film adaptation, and also let me know in the comments below what anime and manga series that should never be turned into a film for whatever reason. Also, what horror anime series or horror manga series do you think should be made into a live action film and do you think will actually be a successful live action film depending on how it's made? Also, if you have any more what the fuck Japan things, it doesn't have to revolve around anime or manga. It can be anything that happens to do with the Japanese culture, the Japanese way of life, anything related to Japan and anything that will make me go, what the fuck Japan? Let me know in the comments below. Or if you'd like to actually get the message across to me, then you can follow me over on Twitter and tweet me your what the fuck Japan suggestions using the hashtag what the fuck Japan. That's right, I'm a cool, relatable kid, so I'm using that hashtag because all the cool kids use that